You know, all over the world, people are sharing terrible information about golf. And one of my least favorite shares is the player that makes a swing, turns to their buddy and says, "What did I do wrong?" Their buddy has no idea, maybe you, maybe somebody else you're playing with, has no idea, and they holler out confidently, "You moved your head." And the player goes, "I moved my head." And so they think, "I got to keep my head like it's a statue. I'm not moving it. I'm going to stay right here. Never going to move." And then they do the exact same terrible shot again. Stop it. Heads move. And by the way, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. So here's the deal. Heads move. They're supposed to move. They're going to move left and right. They're going to move up and down. You just need to make sure that they're moving in the right direction and not in the wrong direction. So for instance, and this is what I want you to understand, heads move. It's good. It's actually preferred unless they move in the wrong direction. So what I like to have happen is this. Think about this from the golf club standpoint. The club moves that way. My head moves that way. The club moves this way. My head moves this way. The club moves this way. My head moves this way. It's really simple. So when I take the club back, what I want is I want my body to turn. When my body turns, my head's going to move about, depending on the club, about a half a head. So when I get set here and I take the club back and I go like this, my head's going to move. Sometimes because of my shoulder hitting it. And there are players whose heads may stay relatively still, but twist. Relatively still, like here, but they twist. That's head movement. So big, massive shoulder turners are going to have their lead shoulder run into their chin, which is going to move their head that way. Fortunately for all of us, eyes can move too. So if my head moves like this, my eyes can move that way. And if my head moves this way, my eyes move that way. It's okay. So what I want to have happen is I want the head in the backswing to move back. And then when the head starts moving forward, I want the head to move that way. And when the club is moving down, which is what it's doing from up here going this way, I want my head to go down. So I want to go back, I want to go down, and I want to go forward. That's what you want to have happen with your head. You don't want it to be still. The worst bit of information, and by the way, had nothing to do with the reason why you hit a bad shot. And the guy that told you that it was your head, no. Don't listen to them. I have a saying that I kind of believe in, okay? I go to my dentist for my teeth. I go to my plumber for my plumbing. I don't go to my plumber for my teeth, and I don't go to my dentist for my plumbing. And I don't go to my dentist for my golf swing. I had this other individual said this really smart thing when I was younger. It's one of my favorite. I haven't thought about this in a while. Didn't even plan on talking about this. This is what they said. Amateurs teach amateurs to be amateurs. It's a great line. And you know why? Because you don't know what you're looking at. And you don't know the reason why whatever happened. You don't. But you do, because you tell people I do, but you don't. Some of you do, but most of you don't. So here's the deal. You want to let your head go back, then forward and down. So we go here, and we go there. And all of a sudden you hit a really good shot. And it felt really simple. Because you got away from the idea of your head staying still. Now, here's what you don't want, okay? In the movement of the head. I don't want the club going this way and my head going the other way. That's a problem. I don't want my club going this way and my head going this way. That's a problem. What I want is I want my club going down, my head's going down. If the club is going down and my head is going up, that's going to steal speed from the club. It's going to move the low point back. It's going to alter your impact position on the club face. It's going to create a whole lot of problems that you don't need or want. So if you can just think about it this way, I'm not saying for you to move your head. I'm saying don't restrict the movement in your head. You understand? Because I don't want your head to go this way. I don't want it to slide. I want it to move as a result of your body's movement. That's what I want. So when I take the club back and I rotate my body, my head has a little bit of glide to it in the back. That's fine. When I start to come down and my knees and my legs start like grabbing the ground and getting ready to move, my head's going to go down. And when I start going down and I'm coming forward, I'm rotating out, my head's going to work forward. So it goes. On the PGA Tour, by the way, just so that you're aware, the average tour pro drops their head 1 to 2 inches in the downswing. Their head goes here, and they go like this. Tiger Woods does it a little bit more. There are other people that do it a little bit more. Rory McIlroy does it a little bit more. And when you see players drop down and move back before they get to it, they miss the shot. They call it being trapped. Stuck is another great line. Because when you start to come down and you drop back this way, you haven't gotten the rotation that you need, and all of a sudden the club is now coming from the inside too much, and now you have to flip the face to recover the shot. So, do yourself a favor, do the people that you play with a favor. Stop telling people they're moving their head because you want them to move your head. Tell them you weren't moving your head in the right directions. It's got to go back, it's got to go forward, it's got to go down. That's what has to happen. So we go back, we go forward, and we go down. Here we go. Back, forward, and down. There's a really powerful shot. That might get right in that bullseye. Boom, went past the bullseye, right in the center. You want to improve your game, let your head move. Just make it move in the right direction at the right time. Back in the backswing, down in the downswing, forward in the forward swing. That's what we're doing. Back, down, forward, home run. If you want to go back, down, and forward like Tiger did, that's fine. But I don't want it going backward when you're swinging forward, and I don't want it going forward when you're swinging backward. That's a problem. And also, let your head move. Don't try to keep it still. Bad idea. To improve all parts of your game, subscribe to my channel and click the link below.